But my interest isn't in the approach of Cerberus, but whether or not the Project Eagle portfolio should have been sold. And it seems to me that there was influence at the core of the Northern Ireland Advisory Committee on NAMA, which was influencing the sale and facilitated and eased this sale and encouraged NAMA to make a sale. And in my view, that influence was nefarious. I suspect now that it's leading towards embezzlement and fraud, and that this Project Eagle portfolio should never have been sold in the manner it was sold, but it was sold because there were kickbacks, sweetheart deals, and it was a dirty scheme. Now, proof of that seems to me that in the case of the NI Advisory Committee, that when PIMCO, who were at one point an underbidder or a bidder, that when they withdrew because they were told they would have to pay an additional payment to fixers here, and they wrote to the Northern Ireland Advisory Committee, which Gareth has just spoken about, that the Advisory Committee meeting insurance solicitors read this out from PIMCO saying we will not be involved with this deal because our due diligence people will not allow us because it involves payments to individuals which are against the laws of our country. That Mr Cushnan was at that meeting, that meeting took place in Tunes, and NAMA were present. So we had NAMA, we had Tunes, we had the Northern Ireland Advisory Board representatives. That PIMCO say this is such a grave issue that we cannot proceed.
Mr Chairman, this is all very interesting, but I fail to see where the question's coming.
No, well, the question's very obvious. The question is, why was Project Eagle sold to Cerberus? Why was that the strategy that we allowed to be adopted? And of course, it affects us on two bases. One, that value in good companies and long-standing entrepreneurial companies like the Grahams has been attacked and destroyed by Cerberus, but it will be destroyed by another company as well. But secondly, because we do not want the reputation as an area in which corrupt practices or embezzlement takes place. The Wall Street Journal was writing about this benighted part of the world in July about this case, because it has huge ramifications for how people perceive their ability to do business here. So regardless and beyond the fact that we hold everyone to rigorous lines of behaviour in business, it's really fundamental to us to find out what influence was brought to bear to encourage our government to be supportive of this sale, because it seems to me that this sale happened, and it happened in such a short period when PIMCO withdrew that Cerberus stepped up, that it was very damaging to us. And just to I suppose to ask the question, which is very relevant, is the reason we're here. If anyone in politics was involved in encouraging this deal for personal benefit, then it was an egregious conflict of interest, and it may or may not have been, it may or may not be a criminal matter.